Hey, welcome to the replay. Hello, good people. I'm excited to chat with you today about the innovation that is attached to your empathy, the innovation and the disruption that you are looking to infuse into your online marketing is attached to your empathy. And I want to talk about it today. My name is Monique James. Welcome. I am a fractional CMO and a content strategist. In my work, I support online brand owners and nonprofit leaders with getting clear on the elements of their marketing strategy so that their marketing messages can have the impact and create the results that they're looking to create. And one of those key pieces, those invisible tangents that invisible tangibles that I support and encourage and really preach about is empathy. I know empathy doesn't, on the surface, seem like it has anything to do with marketing, right? Because when we think about marketing, we are literally just talking about how to make money with the stuff that we say online. And that's true. However, when you are looking to create the type of stickiness and unignorable uh, sentiments and affinity with your brand, then you are going to want to leverage your empathy. And so I want to talk today about Old Pat. Old Pat is a person, a real, not real person, who I read about in an article recently in Wired Magazine. So, Old Pat was created by an industrial designer named Patricia Moore. She is the founder of Moore Design Associates. She's an industrial designer. And in her career, she uh, started really thinking about how in her work and in the companies she worked for and the companies that she worked with could really approach designing products, designing lifestyle appliances and things like that to be universal. And she really wanted to make sure that all of the work that they were putting in to create refrigerators or microwaves or car door handles or cabinets or whatever really aligned with the mobility, the capabilities, the accessibility for as wide as a group of people as possible. And this desire, this urge in her really was inspired by growing up and seeing her grandmother struggle to open refrigerator doors. And so in her work, she brought that empathy and that level of deeper understanding, and she wanted to make sure that the people that she worked with considered everyone in the design of their products. In the article, it talks about how she suggested during a meeting that the company create a refrigerator door that opened easier. Doesn't seem like there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like that's a very noble and that's a very moral intent, right? Well, believe it or not, she was rebuffed. She was told by a senior colleague that we don't design for those types of people. We don't design for the people who struggle with opening doors. And she got pissed off. And so when I got to that part in the article, like I already loved her because I think there is wisdom in a woman's anger. And so sometimes the questions that we don't know we need to ask are behind us just being able to admit that we're pissed off about something. So anyway, she got pissed off and she decided to do an experiment to create a persona where she would get a better understanding of what it feels like to be an elderly person and bring that insight into the work that she did. And so Old Pat was born. She worked with a makeup artist who designed prosthetics to fit over her face to make her look old. She plugged her she plugged her ears with wax to kind of dampen her hearing. She taped her fingers to simulate arthritis. She wrapped cloth around her shoulders so that she would walk with a hump. She even attached wood splints to her legs so that her knees, the movement of her knees would be restricted. And she lived or spent time in old Pat's body, and the insight that she gained created the innovation that she brought to work. She started her own industrial design firm, and she, at this point, because Patricia Moore is still alive, she is considered one of the founders of Universal Design. She's called the mother of empathy because she was able to step into old Pat and understand in a way that, for the most part, her industry wasn't interested in understanding. She gained an understanding of what it was like to live in a body that was different from hers. And she brought that insight and that empathy into her work, which allowed her to create innovative designs for all kinds of companies. She's designed for Johnson and Johnson, for Boeing, for Kraft, for AT&T, for 3M. She is known as a Jedi, a unicorn, and she's the design goddess. All of this comes from the fact that she allowed her empathy to be at the forefront. Her empathy informed her work. And so, what does this have to do with marketing? What does this have to do with marketing strategy, with content strategy? The more you understand about the people that you intend to say yes to your offers, the better you will be able to cultivate connections with them, the easier it will be for your brand to be more relevant and unforgettable to them, which will lead to more profit. So the question is, are you willing to learn about those people when you've been telling yourself you already know everything there is to know? Are you willing to gain knowledge in an area that you think you already know everything there is to know? When I'm teaching, I teach a workshop called Marketing to the Right Customer. And in this workshop, it introduces customer discovery as a competitive advantage. I believe customer discovery is at the core of a marketing strategy that works. If you do not know those people, you will not be able to create messages that they will resonate with. Instead, when you are creating, a lot of people, this might not be you, but some people are creating marketing messages that come from their ego and not from their empathy. And when your marketing comes from your ego, what you don't realize is those messages are doing the opposite. They are pushing people away. They are alienating them because it shows that you do not understand them. And when they don't feel understood, they won't pay attention. And so when you invest in getting to know not just the area of your intended customer's life that is directly related to the thing that you sell, but the other areas that influence their interaction with your marketing messages, that's where you create a universe that they can exist in with you and constantly be in conversation with them. Back to the workshop. In this workshop, I challenge attendees to identify 15 to 20 pieces of information about their intended customer. And that's hard. I get it. I know. I know it is. 15 to 20 pieces of information. That means you actually have to go outside of, well, the challenge that they're facing related to the thing I sell is this. It's more than that because we know as humans, we don't necessarily make buying decisions purely out of logic. We are constantly weighing priorities and obligations and duties and responsibilities. All of these things influence our buying decisions. And so, as the marketer, if you are savvy, you will learn as much as you can about their lifestyle. And particularly if you are leveraging online channels, social media platforms that have algorithms that dictate what those people see every day. If you are going to plug your messages, pour your messages into those platforms, you have to understand that you cannot only be saying, buy my thing, here's your problem, here's your problem. Because nobody, nobody wants to hear that all the time. And so when you understand what their lifestyle is like, you can engage them on multiple levels. You can engage them about the things that are happening in their weekend, the other things that they're looking at on social media. You can engage them in a variety of ways, knowing that every time you get to bring them into the conversation with you, you're building brand affinity so that even if the algorithm changes and no longer shows your content to them organically, they have not forgotten you. So they will go to your website, they will open your emails, they will look for you on their favorite social platforms. There is innovation attached to your empathy. The more you know about the people that you intend to buy your thing, the better you can create conversations that you'll actually want to be a part of. I heard Seth Godin say recently, um, he described marketing as the stories that we as brand owners, as marketers tell, that people, consumers, get to decide that they want to opt into and participate in. And so when you think about it like that, is the story you want to only be telling just about the things that they are struggling with? Or do you want to tell stories that make them excited? Do you want to tell stories that make them laugh? Do you want to tell stories that they want to share? Because every story, every piece of marketing matters. It has a role when you understand not only their lifestyle, but the process that they are going through to get to the yes. Customer discovery is at the core of your marketing strategy. And if you don't know as much as you can know about those people that you want to buy, your marketing messages won't land in the way that you intend them to, which creates frustration in you, which kind of puts a damper on your passion and your motivation, right? So why not invest in getting to know them better? When you are clear on who they are and you allow your empathy to cultivate innovation, you can do, you can play to what they're looking for at the time that they're looking for it, and it might not be making a purchase. You can play to that while also playing to the algorithms without exhausting yourself. Your messages are resonating in a different way because you are speaking to everything that's going on in their lives. Think about when you get on the phone and talk to your best friend, a person you know very well. You can talk to that person about everything and about nothing because you know them well. And as marketers, what I challenge us to do is to get to know our intended customers, our avatars, our target customer, whatever you call it. Get to know those people so well that you can talk to them about everything and nothing. They will want to engage with you about everything and nothing. There is power and profit. So, what I want to challenge you to do today is invest 30 minutes. Take 30 minutes today, and you can either listen, observe, or if you have the opportunity, have a conversation with someone in your audience. and just allow them to talk about what's going on in their lives. The key takeaway for you is to identify at least 3 additional pieces of information that you didn't already know and infuse that information into your marketing going forward. Keep it in the rotation. Let them know, let the people who follow you know that you get it, that you see them, that you understand them, and they'll believe that you can help them. There is innovation in your empathy. You don't have to be old Pat. You don't have to dress up. You don't have to dress up like them. You don't have to cosplay as your people. You can simply listen when they show up. You can pay attention to the comments that they're leaving online. You can read their email responses. You can read the comments that they leave on your blog posts and take that information in and infuse it in your marketing messages going forward. So that is all that I have to share. I would love to hear your comments. I will make sure that I share the link for that article on Wired in the comments of this video. And if you are watching this, and especially we're at the time that I'm recording this, we're sliding into the holiday season, like Halloween was yesterday. And so really soon, if you haven't already started to see them, you're going to be seeing everybody talk about Black Friday, Black Friday, Black Friday. If you haven't started preparing, a lot of people are going to start getting spun up in a tizzy about Black Friday. I want to challenge you to focus on getting clear before you infuse or apply a new tactic or a new get rich quick thing. Get clear. Get clear on the elements of your strategy that actually are sustainable, that you can keep going, that you can rinse and repeat, that you can make minor tweaks to and change the course of your business. Get clear on those things. And if you're unsure of what those elements are, then I'm also going to share the link to the Content Clarity Challenge. It's a micro course that I designed that introduces small business owners, entrepreneurs to those elements of marketing strategy so that you can start clarifying those pieces for your brand and improve your marketing. The Content Clarity Challenge, I'll make sure that I share the link so you can get it and like start learning today. So again, that's all that I have to share with you all for this chat. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will catch you in my next video. Later.